wonder what they're like.
From our viewpoint, Professor, they're either suprahuman or subhuman.
Hello out there in the Twitchiverse. Hello out there in the YouTubeverse. Hello out there in the verse. It is Max. I got Sam with me.
Hello. In the verse?
Just hello, louder.
Hello.
We are doing Pauper stuff, because Historic Pauper on the docket here in the Midweek Magic event. Yay! So we are going to do it. If you watched our previous YouTube video, if not, cycle on back for about a month. We did a Paup-Up video where we were making and testing a blue-black control deck. We have since brought it to this event. Sam played a little bit of it yesterday and a little bit today. A little bit of clunk in the trunk with the deck, so we're definitely going to be doing some fine-tuning, some seeing what people are playing. Very exciting. We just had Innistrad, Shadows over Innistrad Remastered come out. Lots of new cards. Our first time seeing one cards in Historic Pauper. Lots to be excited about. And it's actually Historic Pauper this time. It's not like the Decathlon. It's not messed up. It's the real McCoy. So we are very excited to start trying it out. If you haven't seen the list, do check out the other video. I won't bog down this stream.
Do you have this deck?
Huh?
Do you have this deck?
I think I did. And do. Maybe I don't.
We did it on my account.
Okay. No, here it is.
Okay.
No, I was like, I swore I built it, and then you built the version I came up with. Because we came up with a version on yours, built a better version on mine, and then replicated that on your account.
Okay.
So we're all good here. We are going to play this deck. We're going to see how it does. We are going to make some tweaks, adjust accordingly, and then perhaps some other things if you're with us on Twitch. If you're not, do check us out on Twitch every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, unless there's a special event. So just, follow. You get a notification. It's really nice. Booty Tapper is our opponent. You can't see that on the screen right now, but now you can. Oh my goodness. So this is one of the clunks in the trunk we've noticed with the deck is some mana trubs. So I guess I got to fiddle with numbers a little bit. The storefront helps here. It's not a phenomenal hand, but I think it's certainly a keepable hand. Our only piece of real interaction is Anoint, 2 land. I think we'd probably need the Opt to look with, though we could save the Auguries for after the Inquiry. I think we're just going to keep 6 and put back an Augury, though. I do want an piece of interaction, at least. So we'll go ahead and utilize this storefront for an island. And see what the opponent does here. Scoured Barrens gain 1 life. I don't want to put them on like in a box immediately, but that usually signifies the black-white life gain deck. That's usually the most common deck in Pauper. If that's the case, then I'm happy because I give no fucks about this opponent's life total. All I really care about is killing them. So I think I want to opt here. I don't think I want to anoint either of these creatures, especially with a follow-up Splendid Agony. I just want to make sure I hit my land drop. So I either want to Augury or I want to opt. I think I'm going to opt over Augury here. This is not the land I want. So I'm going to bottom it. A little risky here. Not looking good. Not good. Confirmed. Not the worst thing in the world, though. We have the ability to do what we need to do. I don't know as though we want to Contentious Plan or Augury here. I think I want the 3 looks instead of 1 here. We lose out on a Proliferate, but we do manage to hit our land drop, so that's okay. Not ideal, but okay. So we're going to get whapped for 2. Quite a bit. Now I'm happy I have the Anoint. Mana value 3 or less. So no matter how big this unicorn grows, the Anoint will be able to snatch it up. So I think my first order of business is probably dealing with the Minister and the Soul Mender. How much the real question in terms of clock is how much am I willing to sit? Because both of these, this is going to go up to 6, 7 power, and it's going to come in, knock me to 12. So I think I have a little bit of time. So that would knock me to, this would put me at 10. So I think that's okay. I need to get that first poison counter onto the opponent so I can begin to proliferate. That was a phenomenal draw. And I think once we can control the board, the one thing we probably don't want to see here is second unicorn. That's totally fine. So we're going to get, they're going to gain a life, +1/+0. So we're going to take 1 more damage than we anticipated and go to 9. Not the biggest of deals here. Disco Computer coming in with the 48 months. That's 4 years. So Anoint, I think, is the way we have to go here. So that means we need to plan, I think, here. We could plan to proliferate. I think that's probably what we want to do. I think we're just going to do this while they have shields down. I don't want them to protect their unicorn in any meaningful way. So I think we're just going to go ahead and nix the corn. And then we have Splendid Agony to take down some number of X1s. Right now, Minister and Overseer are our top priority. Soul Mender's fine here on this board. Lunarch Veteran's fine here on this board. Now it's probably still Overseer and a Minister. So it hit us for 4 life. Rightfully so. Gaining the life is pretty irrelevant when I'm obviously trying to poison them out. So we do need some kind of action here. So if we cast this, we have 3 mana available. So I think we want to go 1, 2. 1 each is correct. Just kind of chunk away. I think we have to go with plan. Though we could wait and bring the ending potentially. They are stuck on mana. They're not corrupted yet, but they are stuck. So it's kind of a hard counter against them for the most part, unless they cast another 1-drop. We could Contentious Plan, but I don't know how important that is. So I guess we hold for now. Either way, the unfortunate thing here is we're going to go down to 2. Because Infectious Inquiry obviously loses us 2. So this doesn't look like a super winnable game. But we'll see what their follow-up here is. Career Bat. We'll just go ahead and get rid of that because it's any creature. So we're just treating this like a generic removal spell. Swamp. Do you do anything for me? I don't believe you do. So I'm going to start with a card. Proliferate the opponent. Prologue. What can I draw here? That's a card. So I think we want to hit these 2. I do think the Splendid Agony is a little clunky. It's just expensive is the problem. We haven't drawn any of our Whispers yet. So we're going to go down to dead. Okay, GG's. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the Agonies. They're just too expensive. And we saw this in testing yesterday. They're just slow. Being able to only deal with... I mean, 2-for-1s in Pauper is phenomenal, right? But only being able to do that is such a problematic kind of... Why does it do that? It's such a problematic issue for this deck in particular because you want to get a turn where you can just go thing and kind of win the game that way, but you can't do the multi-spelling if we're kind of stuck with something this clunky. I'm willing to go down to 1 copy because I do think it has some validity in the deck, but I think we probably want to go up an Innocent Blood and an Affliction. It's not the most ideal. Oh, one thing I know we're going to get rid of this because I don't have Fumes in my deck yet. All capitals. Fumes. Maybe if the computer cooperates. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, that's still set. There we go. Is it 59 or 60? Okay. That's fine. So I think we go up and Anoint. I think that should be pretty good. I want to drop the Ice Tunnels from this version. And I want to go up storefronts because I do want... I'm putting things on the bottom with augury, so shuffling is a little bit more pertinent. And honestly, it doesn't seem like it might be. The thinning is a little important here, and also the one life is important. So I think this just ties the room together in a better way than the ice tunnels do.
Do you think you have enough swamps? Do you think you have enough swamps?
I think with the 4 storefronts, 6 untapped swamps is okay. We could go down let's try a sanctuary up a swamp then. I didn't change any of the mana numbers. I would consider maybe dropping a Bring the Ending, because again, it's good in certain matches, but not all of them. So that's a consideration as well. I don't know what I would put in its place. Perhaps another removal spell, but for now I'm willing to say that's tweak number 1. So, we shall see. Big thanks to everybody who's hanging out with us. Really appreciate that. If you're catching this on YouTube, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, opponent goes first. Double Anoint, Experimental Augury, and Contentious Plan. It's a pretty soft hand, but I think we can try it. One of the things I'm also gauging as we play these games is what is the texture of a keep in this deck? Is it all 3 Anoint with Afflictions? Because we're going to find out right now. But that's what I want to see, is what is a hand worth keeping in this deck? And 100% getting anointed. We can't fool around with a tap land here. I could wait to see what they invest in this, and I would if they were on mono red specifically, but because they're on the red-blue version, they have access to counter magic, and them countering does pump their creature, so I don't want to do that if I can avoid it. Here, I will go ahead and use the storefront. And I will probably, with double island in hand, that gets me to the magic number of 3. And I have double black card in hand, so I probably want to go that direction. Now, do we want to cast our Anoint on this turn and have them use their spell defensively? I think the answer is probably yes. Even though we fall prey to a Spell Pierce, we fall prey to a pump spell, like a Dive Down, a Shore Up. We don't take that damage to the face. If I cast this on opponent's turn and they did the same thing, we would be taking 3 extra damage from that. So the bad news is we're kind of F6'd, and we'll see how much they can dome us for. Looks like not a huge punish here, just 8 damage.
That's all.
Not a huge, it could have been worse, I guess is the best way to put it. So this is unfortunate in this matchup, but I do think we need it. So opponent could very well kill us here. But we do have another Anoint to deal with Amplifier if that's the only thing they have to back up their board state. We do have an answer for that. We'll see what they draw, of course. Okay, knocked us to 8. Looks like the follow-up is nothing. Okay, that's interesting and scary. Think we can plan. We don't have counter magic back, so I think we just want to plan here. This is a good one, but we're stuck on black. Is that on me? Yeah, it's on me. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Again, for the same reason I did the last time. Also, this one's a sorcery. I have to do it now. But I don't have the backup of Anoint with Affliction here. Unsummoning their own Get to Amplifier is kind of a win for us. So yeah, it's all good. That buys us an entire turn. That's basically turned our Innocent Blood into a Time Walk. That also means that our opponent does not have another creature in hand. So I think that this is kind of as much as it can coming up Millhouse right now. Oh, Solarian Terror. Okay. You're not supposed to laugh when bad stuff happens to us.
I only laugh because you said they don't have another creature. There it was. They could have drawn it, though.
It's very possible. None of this seems good to me, so I think we want the Sanctuary in this case.
We already have a Sanctuary.
That's true. Do we want the storefront to gain a life?
That seems reasonable.
Or
you can just proliferate for one.
We can go Whispers, Whisper into Fumes, into Anoint. We don't have enough black mana for that. I guess we take Whisper here. Okay, that corrupts the opponent. Contentious plan. We have to anoint the 5/5. Yes, I am sure.
Jeez.
Okay. It's got to be anoint. I think we just contentious plan take. We would take 6 on their turn.
Yeah, unless they draw instant or sorcery.
Or do I just hold up instant to take 1 less damage? I think probably just. Could cycle fumes as well. I guess I hold. We know we're drawing the anoint with affliction next turn. This could kill us, is the problem. I guess damage. There's so many things that kill us out of this deck, though. That's not one of them. Okay, let's cycle. -1/-1 is not going to get it done. Okay, bring the ending. I don't think gets it done. Yep. The ward here is brutal. Okay. Can we afford to do anything? We can whispers. If they blank, we live. Any spell kills us.
If you whispers and then proliferate, it would have killed.
This does not put a counter.
-1/-1.
You can't proliferate a -1/-1. You have to proliferate a counter.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I was thinking the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, we're no more dead than we were. So, there's that. So, we just need runner. Okay. Oh. Close. This has been about as close as we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to think of what the answers are. Like, I just don't know if the deck's there, is the problem. Like, I don't know if there's enough going on under the hood of this deck. So, for science, oh my god, I hate this. I am going to play the, if I can find it in here, where is it? Where is the normal control deck? Invalid decks to mirror control. Why are you invalid in Historic Pauper? Oh. Sure. What cards in? Well, how is this in here? It's also a 61 card deck.
So it just got accidentally put in there, it looks like.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright, so for this, I want to use the normal Dimir control deck and kind of see what's working, what's not working, what's causing the clunk here. The problem is, too, we're on a lot of 1-for-1, and we don't really break serve with an extra one except for the 5-drop. And the 5-drop is a cost. So I want to see what we can do here. Because this is the thing. This deck is full of X-for-1s, right? We have a hand with Specimens, Ill-Gotten Inheritance, our wing condition. We have Behold. So right here are 2 X-for-1s, just right out of the gate. So there's a lot going on here to like, I think. So a little tougher of a deck to play against than it would be for the Poison deck. But the Poison did lose to this very deck, right? This Life Gain style deck. Assuming that's what they're on, they could just be on White Weenie. I don't even know what this does. Plus, there it's a 2/2 now. That's fine.
And it made a token.
Okay. Do we want to make a token? I think the answer is probably yeah. I don't mind being able to block the Lunarch Veteran. I want to make sure I make my land drops, so I think I'm just going to go with Sciences here. Maybe eventually. I just want to make sure I keep hitting my land drops consistently. Minister. Yeah, block. That's what he's here for. Little pesty boy. I think we just want island here. Getting to multiple islands is very important. And I think we're just gonna go ahead and ensure we hit our next land drop. So that way there's no guesswork here. Core Celebrant. Okay, they're gaining life. The good news is a couple of X1s on the battlefield are pretty easy for us to mop up. So we just need to get to doing. So we just need to figure out what the best thing to do is. What's the best angle of attack? I think this helps shore up the ground game. It leaves us with 1 mana up, which is awkward. So I don't think we necessarily want to go down that road. I think we probably just want to foretell this card. And then use the Make Disappear potentially on whatever our opponent has. It leaves us Blink of an Eye and Memory Leak if we need to cycle / cast Blink of an Eye for any reason. Inspiring Overseer. I think so. Let's keep things off the board, keep the damage to a minimum. Hopefully next turn we hit our land drop. If not, we'll probably Behold. Though we could Seagate for the land, potentially. This makes me want to Behold because I have a backup play. 2 islands is not enough, so I don't want this. I don't think I want Feed the Swarm here. It's a little clunky with the life loss. So I think I'll just take my chances. Okay, not very good, unfortunately, but we'll still hunt for specimens. Where do we want to go for here? I think just Pest Summoning to clog up the ground. Okay. Discard a card. I think we want to just discard Debt to the Kami. Not very good in this style of deck. There's the Unicorn, so that's definitely the primary target to kill. So 2 cards left in hand. So they're probably going to pump the Flyer because that gets around us pretty good. And they come in with not the Celebrant. I was going to say, not the Celebrant. It seems like just a misdamage here. Okay. Okay, land drop's good. That's what we needed to hit. So we have to Pest Summoning here. Then the question becomes, do we have a 2-drop to play? No, not really. So then we could Seagate. I think we probably just Seagate, and then we just use Blink on the creature here. Both are equally pretty bad here. This is a midweek event, Squee, yes. One of the only ways we get Pauper, sadly. Format sweet. We are testing out Poison. Yeah, really cool. We're testing out Poison, but it's a control style deck, so it's not working great, and I wanted to play this to see what it's doing differently. And I don't know if enough has changed in the format that perhaps control just isn't good right now. So that's kind of what I'm testing. I want to make sure I give the deck a fair shake. Make sure I didn't miss anything too obvious. And chump block. It's fine. We'll see if they tap out or not. I don't want to run my cards into a counter spell, so I think I'm happy enough to just opt here.
Counter spell? You don't have blue.
Protection.
Oh, okay.
I can cycle this for single mana. I will do so. Okay, some weak card. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this isn't an island, so that's problematic for us. So either way, we're playing tap land. I think we need this here. It's the hardest thing for them to deal with, and again, still leaves us blink. We are looking like we have to blink the Unicorn, though we could take time. I think it's probably worth it just foretelling this card because we need to dig ourselves out of this hole. We'll play this as our tap land of choice. We'll chump block the Unicorn. probably just take whatever other damage they have on the ground. If the Minister gives a ground creature the pump, we'll block that creature, obviously. But I'll take 1 off of the Core Celebrant, because that's just nullified by the creature dying, so that 1 damage is pretty irrelevant to me. Innocent Blood, not super good here. Again, still no island, so I think we take this off of... Can we afford to do that? Could do this. Six mana. I guess we can go this way. Neither of these are very good. I'll put those on the bottom. Okay, it's a land. So, I'm going to go Seagate to try to find what we can find that leaves us the awkward 1 mana, though. Nothing really we can do.
You play the curve.
I don't want to put myself in a position where they can just, like, pacify it.
Okay.
But I could play it as a blocker, and then they're just getting in damage in the air, but I think this probably buys me enough time. So now they really have no extra attacks. It's just the Unicorn and the Flyer here. They're definitely flooding out. Interesting.
It makes me think they have something.
Yeah, it seems like they kind of want to pull back here because we can just block. 1/4, block, 10/9. I think that kind of just, yeah, doesn't really do much. Two cards in hand's a little... Ooh, that's a good draw. Okay, we do have all the islands we need now. So, what do we want? Feels like we just want pest summoning. Yeah, I think I'll take pest summoning probably. We also don't have to do this. Do I want it bad enough? I don't think I do. So this lets me hold up a blink still. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cast my first Serpentine Curve.
And negate, right?
Negate and blink, or just blink with kicker. We can blink the token if we really need to. Inspiring Overseer resolves. I'm not super worried about their life total. Obviously, we're making 11, like 12, 13 size tokens. So their life total is pretty irrelevant. What I need to do is clean up this board. So I need to find my Suffocating Fumes, which is the card I'm kind of desperately digging to. Right now that's a 3-for-1 as the board sits. Block that, but happy to lose the one for the other. I think we'd probably try to blink the token. I guess we can afford to lose out on value. Stack ducats. Doesn't it always? Okay. No protection whatsoever.
Are you blinked Flyer?
Yes. So that just straight up goes away. But we do have to deal with the other Flyer. Is the main issue right now. Ill-Gotten Inheritance helps somewhat. So we can go Inheritance into token, and I think that's probably the best play we have. So we'll see if we can stave off the opponent here. I think they just have us, though, right, if they attack all?
I think, well... think you'll get a 1.
No. We'll see if they see it. Wow. Main deck Sanctify. You love to see it. Rest in pieces, seriously.
They're just doing the, I have all these to you. Nope, give it a 1.
No. Because they need to attack something else if they're going to attack with the unicorn, because we can double block. Obnixilis, this is cruelty. Okay. So, it is a big fancy horse. So, no suffocating fumes through the entirety of that game was part of the problem. Man, we drew a lot too. I think we used two Behold the Multiverse. I know we cycled, we opted. Boof, sometimes you just can't find it. We'll try one more with the normal control deck and see if we can make any parallels. It could very well be that the meta shifted just enough that with the introduction of 1 and now the new Innistrad set, that control's just not in a good position right now. It definitely doesn't help that I'm getting super clunky draws. I think we have to mulligan this because the 5-drop's basically a mulligan already. Happy enough keeping this one, and I think we just put back that to the combi. It's definitely the weakest draw in the deck. So we'll start with Ice Tunnel. It's an island towards Mystic Sanctuary. Okay, another white life gain style deck. There's our Suffocating Fume, so I feel better already. It's a different game when we can interact. What is their sleeve? A werewolf with pumpkins. So it looks like lifelink.deck. Don't think we need that here. Okay. Okay, so we don't need that here. I don't think we're interested in Suffocating Fumes at this point, so I'm just going to play a tap land and hold up Negate in case they try to like put something onto their soldier to pump it up. That's the plan right now. And we'll see if we can get there. Code Spell Clerics, totally fine. There's the Cavalry Drill Master, so they're going to hit us for a whole bunch here. Yep. Pop us on the head. Again, I don't care what the opponent's life total ends up being. It's pretty irrelevant. That's a nice one. Hyper Hippo, what a name. Haven't seen that one in chat for quite a while. How's your new family member doing? I saw that on the Facebook. Okay. Here we just jam. See if they have removal for our 5/5 token. They don't. They're just going to find themselves 3 more Conquistadores. Okay. Plenty of card advantage here. We need some cards ourselves. Might have to pop a district. I don't love doing it. Napping a lot. Thinking you might call Mortimer. That's a good name. Also impressed you have that much lap. That's a big kitty cat.
Oh, it's a cat.
Huh?
It's a cat.
A cat.
I was guessing kid.
Oh. No, I wouldn't call someone's child big. It's just a big kitty cat. Impulse is fine enough here. Not stellar, but fine. Saved me from having to pop the district, which I really didn't want to do. Conquistador. You got it. You got it. Currently just a 3 mana 2/2.
This is a weird deck I haven't seen.
Just like mono white.
Mm.
Yeah, this is a much more like
Not
straightforward.
even the good card draw white creatures.
Right. This is definitely a brew. I don't know if they're like just considering. You can't really consider an attack here because you don't want to throw it away. Throw away a resource. If you held up mana, possibly. But not holding up mana, I don't think that's something you're super interested in. Probably just hold this all up. I have no reason to foretell it here. Just cast it at the end of turn. I have 6 mana. I can do both of these things. Doing all right. Can't complain too much. Things going well. Tim should be coming over soon to prep for the 200th episode. So that's exciting. Exciting Scowl's business. Let's take a look at what we got here. Salvager's decent. We have Innocent Blood, Suffocating Fumes, which isn't great here. Curve, though, is quite good. 200. I know, it's crazy, right? I guess that's good. I want it down the line, most likely. Memory Leak. Okay, I have 3 of the cards in their hand. We'll just commit this to the battlefield. It's a blocker. It trades. Gets back my my good card. So I think I'll take it. Oh, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. It's coming up soon. If all of you out there looking for a podcast, movie reviews, the hook is that we have to review every movie we watch. And it is a good time. Certainly shenanigans if you're into that. Just block the lifelinker here. Don't really mind if we eat a trick. Yeah, totally fine. No, not for the podcast. I think we'll just cycle this. I don't really care too much about what's in their hand. Devious Cover Up. So another big token here. Unfortunately, get into the position where they can kind of attack around. Actually, they can kill us if they want to. So we'll see if they go for it. Very long. I like that description. See what they cobble together here. Probably just another pacifism. If so, they got us. Again, just a lot of clunk. I just think that maybe the control decks aren't really well positioned here. I gotta kind of hang in and make sure they attack all. I'm sure they do, but I just want to be sure. Yep. Okay. Much ado about nothing there. Could have just went to attack and saved us all 10 seconds.
Very bad.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to try one more with Poison just because that is kind of the deck right now. And we'll see what we can glean in earnest. I've been doing this for a little while now. I want to make sure that we get an attempt to do something a little different as well. There's plenty of other decks to play. It's got to be better than 3, right? Like, I loved the first one. Like, thought the first one was unbelievable. And again, I had, like everybody, had no expectation. And then 2, I thought, pretty solid sequel. Like, I enjoyed it. And then 3 came out, and I was like, boy, this suffers from Iron Man 2 syndrome, where they're trying so hard to set up for more movies to come, like a whole John Wick-averse, that they kind of sacrificed 3 being decent. Like, I think it was all right, but it didn't hold a candle to 2, and especially to 1, in my opinion. So, but that being said, I am excited for 4. It's a little soft, but I'll try it. I like the Innocent Blood out of the gate here if we need it. Blossoming Sands usually is indicative of hexproof. The green-white combo is usually a hexproof deck. Though it could be green-white toxic. Haven't seen that yet. Do I care about the Dune Mover? They do move some dunes. So that's a little bit of information here. I think we don't necessarily care about the Dune Mover. So I'm just going to play black. If they don't play anything, we can anoint. If they play something scary, we can counter. Okay, another tap land. Yes, Innocent Blood against Hexproof is the way. I'm going to take the 2 here. I don't mind taking the Toxic. Or the Poison counter, as it were. See what their follow-up here is. Dune Mover. We know they have the land, so the second Dune Mover looks a lot worse, I think. So we'll do that, and we'll probably just anoint the untapped Dune Mover. I just want to make sure I use my mana. I could Experimental Augury, but I don't necessarily want to lose out on the Proliferate. Okay, what do we want to do here? Probably just Innocent Blood, hold up counterspell / Experimental Augury. I think that's fine. I'd rather counter a spell than Augury, but I can only get what I can get. Yep, counter spell is great. 3 cards in hand for the opponent puts us in a pretty powerful position right now. No land is surprising. So plenty. Now we have a poison counter to get things started. Okay, need a removal spell. Post haste. That's not one of those. So let's start with plan. It's a sorcery. I guess we just keep doing this. We can take a little bit of damage here. Okay, Anoint plays. Just gotta hope for not another atrocity here. Okay. Okay. We'll just anoint while they're tapped out, or tapped low, I guess, not technically out. Interesting, they went 3 colors. They felt like they needed 3 colors here to do it, to get it done. Doesn't change the clock here with the 3-1. We have 2 islands, so we want to get our 3rd island onto the battlefield. And I think that'll do. So we go up to 9 poison counters. Any Proliferate does it from here. That's fine. Doesn't change the toxic number. Okay. Okay, up to 9. And another one down is fine. Fumes would be fantastic here. I think we have to Augury because we just need 3 looks because we have to find specifically the Suffocating Fumes. Nothing here, so we'll just take a land. And we will Proliferate. Whispers plays. I think we want to start with another Augury, though. And make sure that we can... not find it. Alright. Plan is fine. So we have to go blue, blue, and plan. And hope that we draw Whispers or Fumes. Opt. Does that play? Not with the triple black. They have another +2/+2 draw card. Sort of. Close, but again, 7. This opponent, he got right down to business. So my thought is kind of to finalize this part of the YouTube video, or for the stream, and we'll get on to something else here. Again, catch us on Twitch every Sunday if you like what you see here. My honest opinion about Control right now, it seems to be in a pretty bad place because of the level and diversity of threats that are being offered. So I think we need something a little bit more powerful than what we have in terms of options as it sits. So I don't think it's necessarily on the poison deck itself. I think it's just right now it seems like in Pauper you want to be doing stuffs and not trying to control the board. So for the YouTube portion of things, that'll wrap us up, and we will see you next Thursday, like always, with a new video on YouTube. Cast more spells.